In this video, we're going over the absolute best settings to rock here at Modern Warfare 3 Season 6. This quite possibly could be the last settings video for Modern Warfare 3, depending on if we get a mid-season update. So if you guys are trying to improve your aim, accuracy, and gun skill, stay tuned. If that sounds good, feel free, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. Let me know down in the comment section right now, what is your current sensitivity settings? All right, as you guys can see here, I play with an Xbox Elite controller on PC with one paddle on the back, the short paddle set up for jumping. These settings are gonna work no matter what controller you guys are using and no matter what console you are playing on. Now for the button layout, tactical is the absolute best button layout to play on here in Modern Warfare 3. It doesn't matter if you're running a standard controller or a controller with paddles on the back. Being able to remap your crouch as well as melee button is going to be super important, because here in Modern Warfare 3 and going into Black Ops 6, being able to drop shot while still being able to aim down sight is going to be super important, especially in Black Ops 6 with the Omni movement. Now, we are going to be going ahead and turning off vibration. This is a setting that I shut off years ago back in Call of Duty World at War, and I've never turned it back on. I do not want to have any unnecessary play in my controller that could potentially throw off my aim and accuracy. This is going to be a setting you're either going to shut off and never turn back on, or maybe you like the vibration. For me personally, I like to go ahead and keep it turned off. Now for the dead zone settings, they have a system here in Modern Warfare 3 as well as Black Ops 6 that you can go ahead and fine-tune your own personal dead zone settings. Because I play with an Xbox Elite controller and this controller is only a couple months old, I still don't have any stick drift, so I personally have not adjusted any of my dead zone settings, which is very, very helpful here. Now, for aiming, you guys can see that I am playing on a 6 horizontal as well as a 6 vertical. I went ahead and reduced my sensitivity back down from an 8 to a 6. This is the sensitivity setting I recommend you guys playing on in Modern Warfare 3 and in Black Ops 6 as well. The reason I'm going ahead and making this video is because a lot of these settings that I'm rocking here in Modern Warfare 3 can be transferred over to Black Ops 6, so you will be good to go unless they go ahead and make some changes. And if they do, I will keep you guys updated, which honestly, I do believe they are gonna make some changes before the game officially comes out. Now, if you guys are playing on a different sensitivity setting, I always recommend playing within that 4 to 6 sensitivity window. This is gonna be fast enough that you can turn on other players, but it's also not gonna be slow enough to the fact that, you know, you're gonna be essentially stuck in the mud. Now, for your ADS sensitivity in multiplayer, I do recommend going ahead and playing within the 0.75 to 0.55 window. Now, if you guys are playing with a 4 horizontal and vertical, I recommend playing on a 0.75. If you guys are playing on a 5.5, bump that down to a 0.65. If you guys are playing on a 6.6, I recommend playing on a 0.55. This is going to allow yourself to have less stick play, so you are more accurate at those longer ranges, which is definitely going to be very important in Black Ops 6 due to the fact that that game has a lot more movement than Modern Warfare 3. Everything else here is going to be the same. My aim assist response curve type is going to be on linear, so I definitely recommend going ahead and playing on the linear response curve type here in Modern Warfare 3. It's going to allow you to snap aim a lot easier, so make sure you guys have this enabled. Now in Black Ops 6, standard is going to be the best, but again, I will make an updated settings video if things do change. Now, what you also want to go ahead and do or your aim assist response curve type is play on Black Ops. This is going to be very similar to the aim assist that we had in the beta. Again, if the changes are being made in Black Ops 6 before the game does come out, I will make an updated video. But in Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops is going to be the absolute best, giving you the stickiest aim assist, so you're gonna be able to outgun players a lot easier at close range, medium range, as well as those longer ranges. Very, very important. Everything else here is going to be the same. I've not made any adjustments. You definitely want to make sure your target aim assist is turned on. I know some people like to say it's terrible to play with aim assist, whatever. Call of Duty is primarily a controller game, so you're literally shooting yourself in the foot if you turn this off. Now, as far as the gameplay settings goes, I have automatic tack sprint enabled here in Modern Warfare 3, allowing us to get around the map a lot faster. Overall, a fantastic setting here. I definitely recommend not swapping this. Everything else, again, is pretty much going to be the same. I've not made any changes under these settings because typically when they do come from default, they're already going to be rock solid, and there is nothing you actually have to go ahead and make adjustments for, which is going to be really nice here. That's one thing I do like about Modern Warfare 3. A lot of the default settings don't need to be touched. Now, for the graphics settings, I highly recommend playing on the 100 to 120 FOV range. This is going to be very important, giving you a bigger picture. You can see more of the screen, and your ADS field of view is also going to be set to affected. This does come independent by default. You want to make sure you switch this to affected. This is going to mirror your FOV to your iron sight or whatever optic you're running, giving you the illusion that you're having less visual recoil, so you can be more accurate at those longer ranges. This is how a lot of YouTubers, streamers, and other high-skilled players in your lobby are outgunning you at those longer ranges, because they're running on that 100 to 120 FOV range with the affected ADS field of view equipped. Make sure you guys go ahead and make this change right now. It is very important. Everything else here is going to be the same. Make sure, for the love of God, your world motion blur and weapon motion blur are turned off. If these are not turned off, you're going to have a horrible time playing Modern Warfare 3. You're not going to see anything on your screen, because every time you move, there's going to be some fuzziness and haziness that's going to be allowing you, I should say, preventing you from seeing players that are in corners, or literally seeing players on darker maps. That's why I always recommend playing with this shut off, and why I do like the brighter maps the best, because a lot of this nonsense is not going to be happening, you know, in game. So make sure you guys have these turned off. I have my field game turned all the way down as well. But everything else here is gonna be pretty much the same, except this inverted flashbang, which I have enabled just so it's less annoying if you do get flashbang. But for the quality and display, these are all gonna be dependent on what type of console or PC you guys are playing with. Now, don't forget, the audio settings are going to be equally as important. They don't call me ears for nothing. Headphones bass boost is going to be amazing. It's good in Modern Warfare 3 as well as Black Ops 6, allowing you to hear a lot more footsteps and gunfire clearly, so you can pinpoint where people are at without the use of having a UAV or an advanced UAV all the time. This is very important to play on. Now, if you have a headset you've bought within the last 7 years, you'll be good to go to play with this audio setting. I have Astro A40 TRs. I bought these years ago, back when there was jetpack Call of Duties, and they're still good. So that goes to show you how high quality Astro headsets are. Everything else here is going to be the same. I have went ahead and reduced down my voice chat because I don't need to hear everything that people are saying as loud, and considering the fact that people literally come on the mic and they blast their TV, whatever's going on in their background, I really don't need to hear all that. But everything else here is going to be pretty much the same. I do have my microphone set to push to talk, because obviously it'd be unbelievably annoying if I was in game commentating and talking and annoying everybody. So that's why I have it set to push to talk. But again, everything else is going to be the same here. There's no need to go ahead and make any other adjustments, except going ahead and switching your headphones bass boost for this setting, because it's going to be very important if you have a headset that you've bought within the last 7 years ago, literally. And then finally, for the interface settings, the only thing I went ahead and changed here is I have my mini map set up to square. For whatever reason, they set this for round by default. Definitely do not play on round. It's going to make overall reading and interpreting the mini map very difficult. Square is also going to be giving you a bigger picture, so you can actually see what's going on, which is going to be a massive W. That's going to be the only setting I do recommend changing under the interface tab. Everything else is going to be good to go. And honestly, these settings are all going to be transferable to Black Ops 6, at least as of right now. These are going to be the absolute best settings you should be using here in Modern Warfare 3 Season 6, and potentially going into Black Ops 6. Again, if there needs to be updates, I will keep you guys in the loop, like I always do, as far as the settings as well as class setups go. But make sure you guys are playing on the proper sensitivity within that 4 to 6 sensitivity window. It's going to be very, very important to do so you're going to be as accurate as possible, but also have as much movement as possible. If you guys enjoy the video, feel free, drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.